Welcome to this YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to visualize the interaction between a macromolecule and a ligand using Discovery Studio. Remember the last time we considered how we can carry out molecular docking using Pyrex. And after you have carried out molecular docking, the next thing is to visualize the interactions responsible for your docking scores. Now, the first thing you should have done is to open our Discovery Studio. You can see that. So let's open Discovery Studio. Then while Discovery Studio is opening, let's navigate to the location where we can find the results of our docking. So go to user and then go to .mgl tools and Pyrex macromolecules. Now we had this. I think this was the last one we did. Okay, we're good. Oh, this is it. Now, if you look at this, you observe that all the files are PDB-QT files. PDB-QT files. And in recent times, Discovery Studio does not support PDB-QT files. Instead, it just supports only PDB files. So what we will do is to convert PDB-QT files into PDB. And how do we do that? We use Babel. So you must have installed Babel. So it's easy to install. Go to their website and then you find a way of installing Babel. Now, once you've opened Babel, the next thing is to convert from PDB-QT, you can see it, to PDB. So what I will do is I will open this, then I will navigate to the location where I have my PDB Qt files. So I think it's here. So we go to users, user, I think we have .mgl tools. Good. Then we have Pyrex, go to macromolecule, and I think it's this one IR2 excluding water. So good. So what we'll do is that we will convert each of these to PDB. So what I often do is to create a folder, and for the PDB files. So I'll create a folder here for PDB files, and then I'll work with it later. So let's start with A1, and then so A1. So I will call it A1, but now it will be changing from PDB-QT to PDB. Save and then convert. Okay, so that's done. Let's convert A3, I mean A2, and then we can go here and we have A2, good. Now maybe we just do A1 and A2 sorry, and then let's convert the co-crystallized ligand. And then we have that same, so I'm going to name it that same name, 1 R3 E A N P out. So let's do this. Then we convert so we've converted three of the ligands to from PDBQT to PDB. So this is very key. Remember that the 2024 model of the Discovery Studio will not detect PDBQT as it should. Everything will be scattered. So you convert it using Babel from PDBQT to what? PDB. Now once you've done that, the next thing is to import your protein. So go to molecule window, go to file, and then let's look for our protein. I guess we had it in um, downloads. Okay, good. One. Okay, so this was, yes, this was the macromolecule we worked with. So, okay, good. So we can see it's 1IR3. Okay. Now, the next we want to do is to import our the docking poses we had. So go to this, so you'll find it in the PDB files. Now there are two ways you can do it. You can simply drag and drop, or you can go here. So let's take this so that more people will be able to understand. So let's go to file, and then we navigate to that location. Navigate to that location, users, user, and then .mgl tools. Where can we find that? Okay, good. Now then we have Pyrex, macromolecules, 1IR3, PDB files. Okay, good. So now you can select everything, and then you can open it. Now, once you open it, you observe that it will be giving you 10 models. 1, 2, 3. This 10, 10, 10. For some, it will be 9. And those are showing different poses. Often, when you get your result will be something like this. I think we can navigate to our result and see what it's like. So go to downloads, and then I think we can see our result. Okay, good. Okay, I think yes, this is our result. So you can see that you had different poses. So you can see it now. So you had different poses. Different poses. You can see that. So these poses are actually captured when you are visualizing. So that's why you have 10 poses. Now, the first thing to do in visualizing is to see the interaction between the compounds you had and your macromolecule. In this case, the macromolecule is 1R, no, 1IR3. So check this. Now, if you check the first one, it won't check. So let's check the second one. Select it and define ligand. So click on this. Good. Now, the first thing to do is to see if there's an interaction. So one way you can do that is to check the 2D interaction, 2D diagram. So click on the 2D diagram and it will show you this. Okay. Okay, I think there's something wrong with our compound. So let me see. Okay, okay. That's correct. That's correct. Now, so we can keep changing this. Let's use model 4, and then okay, good. So you can see that you have different interactions. Often I would often go for the second, or go through my result and look for the one with the most favorable RMSD values. So let's click on this and then let's click on this so we can visualize. Now, so we are just having one interaction. Now we can also check another ligand, that is A1, that was A2. So let's select A1, click on this and then show 2D diagram. Okay, so you can see this. Now, after you've done this, this gives you a 2D interaction, a 2D interaction. Now, the next thing you can do is to look for a 3D interaction. So just click on good. Now, this, you can move this to the side and then you can control minus will show you this. Now, so what you find here is an interaction. You can see this is an interaction between the different amino acids in the macromolecule. That is, that's your target macromolecule and your ligand. Now, what I can do is to let's simply change the background. So let's change the background. Let's make our background white. Okay, good. And then we can apply this. Good. Now, so we are creating visualizations. The next thing you want to do is that you want to eliminate this what you find as green here, the unsatisfied bond. So what you can do is go to unsatisfied bond and then go and check uncheck them. Check them. Now the next thing is we want to see this interaction and we want to see the amino acids labeled. So click on add. Okay, let me show you how I went to this. Right click, go to labels, click on add, and then go to select amino acid, and let's change the color. We don't want it to be this, we want it to be black. Now we want it to be Arial and bold, and then let's increase the size to about 11 and then we can apply. Good. So can you see this? Now you can see the interaction between our compound A1 and the different amino acids of 1IR3, which is the macromolecule you are working with. Now, what you find here is what you actually have here. So you see, once I select it in the 2D, so it's selected. Now look at this. You can see that it's selected. You can see it. So what happens is that the 2D mirrors the 3D image. Now, if you want to save this image, what do? The first step. Now simply go to File, you can use snipping tool to actually take a part of your screen and then snip it, or you can go to Save As. Having selected this, go to navigate to the location where you want it saved. We want it here, and we want it saved as 3D visuals for A1. Now, you don't save it as Discovery Studio files, you go and save it as image files. So once you do that, click on Saved, and then it will tell you to adjust the width depending on your preference. I often change it to 1000, so because I want to get a very good image. So, and then I'll click OK. Good. So you can navigate to that location and then you'll find it there. So you can see it. And so you've created a very good looking visualization, and then you often find this in publications. Now, let's go back to our 2D and I will show you some things about it. Now, for this 2D, you can see that you have different interactions. The color actually shows the interaction you have. So when you have green, it means you are having a conventional hydrogen bond interaction. When you have alkyl, you can see that. and then a carbon hydrogen bond is shown by a very faint color here. You can see it. Now, so what you can do is that you can also play around with this visualization, change this to um, a disk model, and then you see how it looks. You can see that. Now, if you change it to a stick, you can see how it looks. So depending on what your preference might be, okay, good. So depending on what your preference might be, you can always change this, and you can choose to increase the size, even the size of um, the writing you have here, the size of the font. Sorry, you can actually increase it if you want. You can also change the background color. Let's say we want this, so and I choose to apply it, and then you see that. But let's change it back to white. That is better. You can apply. So this is good. So you can format your 2D visualization to be as good as you want it. Now, if you also want to save this 2D interaction, you can click on this. Instead of clicking on this, you can click on this, and then you still go there, go to save as, and save it as okay. Is even giving us, so we can simply, as an image file, you can change it to maybe 800 or 1000 depending on what you want to get. I often use 1000 because I want a very sharp image, and then you'll see that you'll be able to get the same thing. You can see that interaction, and then you can simply copy it and put it in your publication. Now, there's another thing you can also do that is very interesting. Um, you can choose to um, show the aromatic parts of the compound of the macromolecule. Can see it. Can choose to show the hydrogen bond, areas with hydrogen bonds, and then areas that are donors and areas that are acceptors. And then as you do this, you can always just export it or save it as an image file. So this shows you the part of your molecule that is an hydrogen bond donor, and then it also shows you the parts of your molecule that are hydrogen bond acceptor. You can also visualize in terms of charge. Now let's still put the receptor, so, and then let me remove this. So if you want to reduce the size, you can say this. Good, good, good. Now, so you can find that this is your good. You can find that this is your um, compound here. That's A1 in this case. Now, to even see it better, just click on this, and then you see it becomes yellow, but let's take it out. We don't want that. Now, the next thing you can do is that you can create a surface, and that's very, very good. You can choose to create a surface, so you can click on um, surface, and then you can add the surface. So I can choose to add surface. Now, in adding surface, I can choose to make it maybe more transparent. Let's just add it and see what it gives us. So good. So you can see what it does. It gives you a surface, and then that surface envelopes your protein. Sorry, your protein target, and then you can see your ligand within the cavity. Now, if you want to um, work on this, let's say we don't want it to be transparent, so we can simply work on this, and then you can see that. So this gives you a surface that is not transparent. I'm sure you've seen things like this in publications. So now, okay, okay, good. So you can always save this if this is what you really want. Often we want it to be opaque. We want it to be opaque. So okay, surface. Let's go to the surface. Okay, so now we can choose to increase the transparency. So that's what I did. Now let's still go back, and then if you want to remove that surface, you simply click on remove and then it goes back. Another thing you can do, let's still go back to that surface, is to add the surface, and then we can choose the color we want to add. We can choose the color we want to add. So let's say we want um, to change that color, and then we want it to be maybe this, and then we want the reverse side to be this. So you can simply choose the color and okay, you can see it. Now, so depending on what you want, you can always work with what you want. Now, this is not very, this does not look very good. So I'm going to remove this surface and then change it to something like a gray surface. Let's make this gray. Okay, or something like this. Let's use something like this. And then, okay. And then, okay, let's leave this as this. And then, okay. Yeah, so it looks better. Now you can choose to save this. Another thing you can do to make it to look better is um, using, there's a script that makes it to have a visualization that is very good, that is ready for publication. So just click on this and you have this, so you can see this. So you see what it does, and then it changes it, and then you will always find this in publications. We can choose to remove the labels. So let's remove all of the labels, and then we can choose to export this. So let's assume we want to export this image, which is cool, showing us the strand of the protein in carton form. You can see it, and then it is transparent, and then you have the surface. So what we can do is click on this and then go to file, go to save as, go to image files, and then let's call it surface, and then we can save it. Okay, cool. So let's go and then we'll find it. We can see it here, and then you can see that you can use this for your publication. Cut it. So let's open it. Let's open it with photos. So you can see this looks very good, very good. So you can use this for publications. Very good visualization for your publication. But for ease of interaction, you can always use the 2D. Which one? This one. This one here. Yes, very good. Now, or you can choose to use the 3D like I showed you. And then if you want it to be displayed as a surface, then you can always use this depending on what you want to work with. There are other tools you can choose to use, but I would love to stop here. So if you have any challenge creating these forms of visualization, please you can always get across to me. But don't forget that you can generate 2D structures, 3D structures, and even surfaces using Discovery Studio. Now, let's see the images we've generated. So we generated this interesting 3D interaction showing us the interaction between our ligands and 4 amino acids. We also generated the 2D diagram of that interaction, and then we generated a surface for it. Don't forget to like this video and then subscribe. Thank you for listening.